sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
I saw my land in the morning, and oh, but she was fair. The hills flamed upwards, scorning death and failure here. I saw through the mist of the morning a wave like a sea set free. Faith to the dawn returning, dark tide, bright unity. I saw my friends in the morning. They called from an equal gate. Build now whilst time is burning. Forward before it's late. The old gods awake. Past and future break. On as the voices roll. Move as a single whole. Forward, 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 forward. O country, to your goal.
Together, be brothers and sisters, independent. Join hands to hands, children started to dance, independent. Will be sudden. Lord is still with you. Because the time has come when you can have your fun. Keep your mind. Brothers and sisters, give joy and praise to Alexander. Brothers and sisters, give joy and praise to the man with won't be sudden. The Lord is still with you. For the time has come when you can have your fun. Keep your eyes.
Yeah, you can go.
Gather together, be brothers and sisters, independent. Join hands to hands, children started to dance, we're independent.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:15.
Need water for agricultural purposes? Apply to the National Irrigation Commission for your irrigation services. Let's grow smart and eat smart with irrigated agriculture. Call National Irrigation Commission at 876-927-6727. Visit their website at www.nicjamaica.com or visit any of their office locations today. Irrigation, making the difference in agriculture.
Hi, I'm Chris Tufton, Minister of Health and Wellness. July is Healthcare Workers Appreciation Month, and I want to salute all our healthcare workers for their work, especially during the heights of the COVID-19 pandemic. You are the vanguards of our health, and I have experienced firsthand your commitment, service, and sacrifice. Thank you for all that you do. On behalf of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the government, and the people of Jamaica. Enjoy your special month. God bless.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Calling all parents, teachers, students, this is for you. Get your back-to-school supplies at discounted prices in time for the start of the new school year. Join us at the Audrey Gideon Back-to-School Bazaar, Saturday, August 12th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the South Lawn at Dervan House. Come with your book lists and get great deals on textbooks and school supplies. We'll have fun and games on our live radio broadcasts on Hits 92 FM, Power 106 FM, and Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Sponsored by National Baking Company. It's always national. The Minister of Health and Wellness, Carline Publishers Caribbean Limited, partners in the education process, Sunshine Snacks, all your favorites, Devon Biscuits, smiles in every bite, Old MacDonald Farms, King of Sausage, First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union, Sangster's Bookstores, a mind's best friend, Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, the Students' Loan Bureau, Building Bridges, Transforming Dreams.
Back to school. Okay. Gather together, big brothers and sisters, we're independent. Join hands to hands, children started to dance, we're independent. Won't be silent, no. The Lord is still with you. Because the time has come when you can have your fun. So keep your mind. Brothers and sisters, give joy and praise to Alexander.
We started out with the timeless piece Jamaica by M.G. Smith, and then we paired that with Forward March by Derek Morgan. Forward March, Derek Morgan. For obvious reasons, we're in the emancipendence period here in Jamaica. And whatever we think of emancipation and independence, it's emancipendence. So feel free to put forward your perspective on these matters. It's the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, the Decade of Action for Road Safety, and the UN International Decade of Indigenous Languages. It's the third day of the 8th month of 2023, the International Year of Millets. A millet is a cereal grown in warm countries and regions with poor soils, bearing a large crop of small seeds, which are chiefly used to make flour. 2023 is also the International Year of Dialogue as a guarantee of peace. Put another way, it's the third day of the third month of the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. And according to the local weather forecast, there's a trough across Jamaica. Once again, you know when you hear that word trough, T-R-O-U-G-H, it's an indication of some kind of unstable weather. Some people call it bad weather in terms of clouding and rain and so on. That's the significant feature of the moment, a trough across Jamaica. The trough is expected to remain across the island for the next few days. The forecast for the rest of this afternoon into evening, scattered showers and thunderstorms mainly across central and western parishes. Tonight, partly cloudy, becoming mostly cloudy. And there's another current regional weather forecast being watched. It's a tropical wave approaching the eastern Caribbean. In terms of the other observances on this, the third day of the month of August, other observances, let's tell you that in the United States, the month of August is being observed as Children's Eye Health and Safety Month, Gastroparesis Awareness Month, or Gastroparesis Awareness Month, National Breastfeeding Month, National Immunization Awareness Month, Psoriasis Action Month, and Summer Sun Safety Month. Psoriasis is spelled Psoriasis. Don't you just love those words? Where letters are not certain letters are not pronounced. So this is psoriasis. That's an example. We'll tell you what that is in due course. Psoriasis. Psoriasis Action Month and Summer Sun Safety Month. It's Armed Forces Day in Equatorial Guinea. Fiesta de la Colmena in España. Independence Day in Niger, otherwise known as Niger. Niger is the French pronunciation, Niger. Martyrs Day in Guinea. Motupe in Peru. National Flag Day in Venezuela. Pijuti Martyrs Day in Guinea-Bissau. And a special holiday in Makiri Ulawa province in the Solomon Islands. It's Emancipendence time here in Jamaica. Welcome to all the Jamaicans. Goodness. I came in on a jumbo jet yesterday evening. And, one of those big ones, right? Where you have three running in length with the aircraft itself, rows of seats, 1, 2, 3 sets of seats, huge, and everybody was just so happy to be home or to be back in Jamaica. There's something about this place. And so we say, welcome home, Jamaicans. Welcome home. It's, let's see. So let's give you the usual introduction. How about that? Hoy es jueves. Hoy es jueves. El 3 de agosto 2023. Y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa, Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado, porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est jeudi le 3 août 2023 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais c'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we're saying is it's Thursday, the 3rd of August, 2023, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never, ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome. Yeah, 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 yeah. Joy and praise from the thunder. Yeah, yeah. Brothers and sisters. Yeah, yeah. Sad and blue. The Lord is still with you. Thank you so much for staying with us. Those listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free. Listening is free whenever, wherever. We acknowledge those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States or the United Kingdom. Those in the U.S. who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631-359-8281. 631-359-8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330-606-0953, 0330-606-0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat. There's always YouTube. All you need is a smartphone, tablet, computer, laptop, desktop, any one of those. Then you need internet connection, but more importantly, internet connectivity. One sure way of testing for connectivity is by opening a browser like Google Chrome, for example. And if you're able to browse, you're good to go. If not, then you might need some assistance there. In the meantime, we welcome your input from yard and abroad, wherever in the world you are listening to us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story of Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. Talk about a purple patch. That's what Jamaica has been experiencing in recent times, especially in the sporting arena. And we look forward to what is to come. But we still, whatever our situation, past, present, and future, the biggest little country in the world continues to punch above her weight. And so we do have a lot to celebrate. And that is our fate. And we hope for all the celebratory functions you are not late. But make sure you are at the gate. Anyway, let's take the break and oops, look at the time. Having too much fun. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:31 on Power 106.
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the
Sir,
Auto World with
fine,
Shay
thanks.
and
How are you?
Dervan.
I'm doing
Get
very
news
well.
and
Just
reviews
wonderful.
related
came by
to
to say
vehicles.
hi.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5, 876-922-4112 to 5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Thanks to Jesse Blake for doing duties while we were away. Thank you very much, Jesse, for the times we were not broadcasting and you had to take over. Thank you very much as you continue to ably respond to duty, and indeed duty's call. Thank you very much. Continuing with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. And as we said, taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes. You can actually call us on WhatsApp as well. 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Let's clear some of these messages. Randy Williams says, you're back on the rock, brother. Thank you very much. Good to be back on the rock, Randy Williams. Thank you. Lorna Foster says, glad to have you back on the rock, Sir Dervan. Thank you very much, Lorna Foster. Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida says, Sir D, good afternoon. Welcome home. Thank you, Albert. We anxiously await your report from the UK. It's all positive. Give and take here and there, this and that. Faye Weller says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and faithful listeners. I'm here listening. Good to know you're here listening, Faye Weller. Thank you. Robert Carr says, I heard you mention road safety. Dervan, I have a serious issue with blinding headlights at night and drivers who are culturally unaware of the basic old-time road courtesy of dimming their headlight for oncoming traffic. could get the authorities on your program to discuss with the public some remedy or, or mitigatory measures. Robert Carr, ask my wife and she'll tell you that that's one of the recurrent topics when we're driving together of the, don't know how to put it, it's nonsensical actually, because if you are heading in my direction, so to speak, where our path or you're, for argument's sake, you're going up the road and I'm going down the road. And it's nighttime. Sure, you should turn on your headlights, not your high beam. Not the and if even if you turned on the high beam, once you realize that there's oncoming traffic, you are going to dim your light. So you're going to move from the high beam to the regular light emitted by the headlights in its standard form. Because if you keep those blinding lights on, it means I cannot see. And if I cannot see, your life is in danger. It's just a fact. It's common sense. It's common sense. I don't know where we got this thing from. We used to practice it. We used to do it. We used to do it automatically. Oncoming vehicle, dim the lights. Oncoming vehicle, dim the lights. Pretty standard. These blinding lights, I don't know the extent, and we perhaps need to check with the statistician at the road safety unit, the extent to which blinding traffic lights have so impaired the vision of motorists that it has resulted in fatalities. I just wonder, I perhaps need to have a word with our friends at the road safety unit. But it's something I've been talking about for a long time, a very long time, for many, many years. But it has gotten worse progressively because we're in an age where the technology is such that those who create the technology and put them on the market do so with a view to being a part of the popular pieces of fixtures and accessories to the motor vehicles. They get so caught up in making a big fancy thing of that they think it's a great thing that their vehicle can emit these bright lights. No, it's not. You need your standard functioning headlights, and you need your high beam to be functional as well, so that in the event the need arises, you can hit the high beam. But the moment you recognize that there are oncoming vehicles with motorists having their headlights blaring or just really heavily concentrated, that they're then able to make the adjustment. Just make the adjustment. Let's see what happens tonight, all things being well. We'll be paying attention to those of you with these lights when you really should be dimming your lights. It's common courtesy. It's something we had been doing for many, many years. But some of the newbies, mind you, there are those of us who have vision problems. And we are afraid to say we have vision problems. We are afraid to make it clear. And on that basis, you then end up having to turn to the high beam. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that way. We should get our eyes tested. We should check our hearing and whatever other aspect of our being that needs attention so that our driving is not impaired. So let's pay attention to these matters. Think on these things. Thank you very much. Let's go to the phone lines, 876-922. And thank you very much, Robert Carr, for raising the subject. Thank you very much. Happy that you have raised the subject. It's a serious one. And we're going into a holiday period right now. We're already there. We want to share as much information as possible and point out as much of these things as possible so that we will have less issues. To the phone lines, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon. This is what, the second or third or fourth program you're calling today?
No, the second one, but
because I heard you earlier on with Simon.
Oh, I happen to be on your station. No, man, I gave him a touch on nationwide, man.
Oh.
I like to be across the spectrum, because you have different audience.
I see. You must be well paid.
Well, if it was a matter of pay, I would be a very wealthy man.
Oh.
But what comes with the territory.
We hear you.
It's not really actual work that gives you money, That's why you have more corruption out there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't work hard, but they have a lot of wealth.
Mm-hmm.
That is what we need to turn around in Jamaica, because I hear you talking about the purple patch in sports. And that is a fact. And we say kudos to all those ladies and young boys who have brought glory to the country over the past week. As we lift our hat to the girls, the reggae girls that create history in reaching the knockout stage of FIFA Women's World Cup. When we look, we see where the Sunshine Girls have reached a semi-final of the Netball World Championship. And I am extremely confident that we are going to carry home the gold medal in fine style as we celebrate Emancipation Week.
Yes.
So the girls are doing well. But not to be forgotten is our Jamaica under-19 cricket team that copped a double, whereby we have not done that for the past 10 years. But the boys are doing well, and the Jamaican national team not doing that well, and when it comes to West Indies, we don't even think in terms of listening the game again.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with that, Mr. Malcolm?
Come again?
I say you agree with that?
In terms of the support?
Yeah, man, the achievement of the Jamaican players, both male and the young males.
Yeah, we just need to keep supporting them and cheering them on and giving them all
Give them all the moral and financial support, and they will bring greater glory to Jamaica.
Yes.
Jamaica commitment to Kazakh is very important, and you have to make sacrifice, and you have to have the will to win. You have to be confident in your abilities, and that is what is allowing these people to excel at what they are embarking on.
Yes, we salute and celebrate our female footballers, or female, I think, is it volleyball as well, the volleyballers?
Yeah, the volleyball, and I give them credit.
And of course, the netballers.
But whatever sport and Jamaica come out on top, you have to give them a lot of praise.
Yes.
Because when they don't perform well, we knock them down.
Yes, indeed, that is so.
And I only hope that the standard that is being exhibited in the field of sport would be brought to the political arena.
Not just the political arena, the entire country. Every segment. One moment, please.
Okay.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45. It's here.
What's that?
You know how to dress for an occasion.
Oh, you're very kind.
Yeah, man. I mean, look on that and I say, you know, Dervan is a serious man, you know. Dervan,
Yes.
when you travel overseas and you look at the living condition of the people in the diaspora and the general citizens of that country, like when you went to the UK, right?
Yes.
What is the vibe you're picking up? People living good quality life or people struggling? What you pick up?
As it is anywhere else in the world, it's a bit of it's a mixture.
Mixture.
It is a mixture. There are those who are flourishing. There are those who are are struggling, and so it's really a mixed bag. It's really a mixed bag, but there are some programs and services and policies that serve to lighten the load.
Yes, lighten the load.
Yes.
Give me an example of what you pick up in UK, what lightens the load.
Yeah, well, in terms of healthcare, there's my understanding is that there are certain benefits as far as healthcare is concerned.
Okay.
And there's also the pension is seems relatively, and I don't want to speak for the people, but it seems relatively favorable.
Yeah, livable.
Yes.
Dervan, you want to touch those two topics, those two things that you pick up as a professor, right? Pension now in Jamaica, right?
Yes.
All right, you see, if we serious about this economy, I don't give financial advice, you know, but I can tell you what I am doing. If we serious about this Jamaican economy, we the people on the ground, we need to take certain things out of our consciousness, like PNP and GLP politics for them practice. That is not for us. GLP and PNP is a club, it's a private club, and within those private clubs you have to choose a subscription, you know.
Yes.
And you're a member of the GLP or the PNP by your annual subscription that you choose. But most of the people who talk about them are PNP and GLP. They are not PNP or GLP. They are mere bandwagonists and followers. And I don't owe anybody any apology out there because they're not paying any subscription. Now, one of the monies that we need to put in healthcare is a lot of it is consuming the justice system. And let me tell you why I said that. My lawyer, my defense lawyer, I pay my retention every month, right?
You're going on well?
Yeah, man. I have to retain people, get consultancy from them, Dervan.
Mm.
He does a stipend, Dervan. He's not going to kill me. I'm a virgin, but he become a lawyer.
Oh.
So what I'm now, him tell me, say never, if I'm not earning $1 million a month, I am not in business. You think that should be something good a defense lawyer is saying? A person who defend so-called criminal?
It hasn't sunk in at all. Come again.
My lawyer, him tell me that if he doesn't earn in Jamaica $1 million every month, he's not in business and he can't put food on his table.
Well, he can say that because he has put his hat at a certain place, and
Yes.
and apparently he has been able to reach it.
Right, you see, in order to bail somebody out of jail, you have to pay him $200,000 for the bail bond. And when I ask him, say, then how you represent all rapists and how them find money so quick to give you? He said, we are surprised to know what are some of the grandmothers them who keep partner or them quick to hand over the money to defend them children because they don't want them to go into prison.
Well,
you know, you're right.
No, I'm saying on the face of it, nothing is wrong with that. It's people have family, and they look out for their family. They try not to abandon their family in times of need.
Yes, if if we could learn how to live better as a people and more united and respectful as a people, all of those money going into the justice system could be going into healthcare, you know, and that would make life easier for our people. So secondly, Mr. Malcolm, you know that the minimum wage of $13,000 a week should be the minimum NIS pension if the economy was running right.
Well, that would be something.
Yeah, let me tell you how it can happen. All right, you see the amount of toll, the Portmore toll that they pay to the poor, all of these, is mostly pension companies overseas own them, you know. And those money, when they get it, they convert it to foreign exchange and send it out of the island. And you have a lot of motorists in Jamaica.
Really? That's how it works?
Yes, Mr. Malcolm.
Oh.
Mr. Malcolm, let me tell you something. During the last negotiation with the public sector, one of the delegates in the meeting asked the Minister of Finance, the Honorable Nigel Clark, said, Mr. Clark, during the COVID lockdown, government workers who lived in Portmore were offered to work at home. And a lot of them work from home successfully. Why is it now that they are negotiating bigger salary? You don't allow them to work from home so that they could save on the toll and other traveling expense and have that money as part of their disposable income. Did you hear what the minister told them?
What?
That would affect other things. You know what other things I'm talking about? It would affect the revenue of the toll booths and affect their business with the toll plaza operators, and it would affect their pension scheme overseas. Do you know that most people who drive vehicles in Jamaica, including those conductors and drivers and the minibus in the transport system that gives them about $40,000 every night and a tank of gas, they don't pay NIS, Mr. Malcolm. And if they were paying the NIS, you know, if when they go to the tax office, your driver's license number is your TRN number. The tax office could run their TRN number and test if they're paying these taxes and demand that they pay the taxes, because there's a law named the PAYE Act. Everybody over 18 should be filing a tax return, you know, Mr. Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
Is the politics why that is done on the ground right now, the politics of Jamaica, you know, Mr. Malcolm? It is one of the reasons why the politics do that. They're not pressuring the people to pay over them taxes so that old people can get better benefits. I want to tell you, Mr. Malcolm, and I want to tell the people on both sides of the story. They're cutting the population of the world, Mr. Malcolm.
Who's cutting the population of the world?
The governments of the world.
How so?
Let me tell you this, Mr. Malcolm. I was doing a research, you see, and I find out that by 2100, the population of China, that is about 1.something billion now, is going to cut to approximately 800 million.
What do you mean by cut?
People dead out, Mr. Malcolm, and the fertility rate of your population is not great anymore. You know that Jamaica's fertility rate is going down at a very fast rate.
Yes, less people are having children.
Why do you think that is so, Professor?
For a variety of reasons, perhaps.
What is the main two that come to your mind?
I can't profess to speak for the people.
It's a really know how you talk, Mr.
Yes.
What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
Me?
Yeah, what you? Me have the personality, Mr. Malcolm. Never tell you what you're afraid of. You're afraid of old age poverty. And you see the standard of life when I live now with my spouse. Would I like it continue till death do us part. But we know say anytime we can't put food on the table, we in trouble. I don't think I'm afraid of a car.
I'm sure your spouse is far more committed than that, though. Chances are she would have cut and run a long time ago if she wasn't serious.
I'm going to take a verse from what you just tell me. I don't want to speak for these people. Hey, no, you're the boss. You're the boss. You're the boss. Dervan.
Yes, sir.
You notice that most people now, old people, having problem with paying their mortgage, and the bank's taking back the house from them after they pay all 25 years of mortgage.
Well, we know that NHT has been quite compassionate, from what we understand, in dealing with homeowners. They're not kicking people out of houses, so to speak. But the reminder is important if there are outstanding sums, and that they work with the National Housing Trust to pay down said sums.
Let me tell you this, Mr. Malcolm. Two things Mr. Old people all over the world having problem with. They don't have anywhere to live, and they can't maintain the food bill. If you had the minimum wage of $13,000 a week, going to these pensioners, just like the minimum wage that is on the ground, these pensioners could live a better quality life till them dead and dead in comfort in this country. And it can happen. And I believe that is one of the criteria that must be put on all members of parliament, job description, and they must execute it and see to it that the people in their community who is under retirement is properly vetted in the system. Because Mr. Malcolm,
Yes.
enough Jamaica and fret, you know. I'm never leaving with this. Now leave the people with this. I'm not sure you all reverse psychology work, right?
All right, hold it there. M Jam says Neville is losing me with the conspiracy theories. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
Good afternoon, driver. We're trying to get you in this next segment coming up. One moment, please. I'll give you an opportunity to respond to M Jam's message on YouTube, where he says Neville is losing me with the conspiracy theories.
Something about the latest finding about conspiracy theories as outlined by Elon Musk. Elon Musk, when he bought Twitter, he found out that with the tweeting that was going on in Twitter, he could put some of those tweets into an artificial intelligence unit, and he would get positive response from the AI, you see? And he said what we are calling conspiracy theories is really critical thinking. But why people call it conspiracy theories is because it is not manifested as yet. But they will see it. Dervan.
Yes, sir.
Never leave you with this. You see, I'm going to show you a reverse psychology work in our culture. The reggae girls are winning now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of the girls are telling the international media that Jamaican, most people in the JFF never believe in them, that they could reach this far, right?
Yes, I've heard that. We tend, when we become emotional, we tend to say and do a lot of things, some of them to our own detriment.
Thank you, sir. And they are saying now that you know that each reggae girl now is 60,000 US richer than when they enter the World Cup.
Good for them.
That is what they earn so far from the tournament.
They deserve that and more.
Yeah, listen this now.
Uh-huh.
You hear the government, you hear Babsy Grange coming out now and telling the people that the government of Jamaica, they give the JFF $3 million every month to help with their administration and bill, and they're going to send $30 million to the girls, and all them talking about the government giving to the girls. But I'm not sure the reverse psychology of it, and it's coming through the Sports Development Fund. They need to tell the people, you have some people in Jamaica who are called people gambler. and talk more all them money and all them broke because them gamble too much and them a gambler. What the ministry need to tell the people, the minister, that if those cash pot money that in the gambling every day, and the racehorse and all those lot of machines, when the government get their taxes from these money, we put it into a chase fund, and part of which goes to the reggae girls and the sporting fraternity for them to perform like this.
Yes, it's culture, health, arts, is science in there, or sports and education. That's what Chase is for. Yeah.
So some people are undermining other people and call them conspiracy theorists, call them gambler, and they don't know the contribution that these people are making in the Jamaican economy. Because by their standard and their religious mindset, all they can do is undermine other people's effort in the economy. And we need to stop it.
All right. We'll have to leave it there, though. We have to go. Thanks for the call.
To be continued. Welcome home, Professor.
Thank you. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's go now to Driver in America. Good afternoon. Thanks for your patience. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Brother Dervan. How is everything?
I am fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Good, thank you. Yeah, Florida people, they're all right to say that. They're closer to you than me, but over the other side of the country, 3 hours behind them. So, they can't take liberty, no problem.
Yes.
Brother Dervan,
Yes.
at the beginning of the show, you spoke about your flight
Yes.
home and how many people were around you, Jamaican people,
Yes.
and their happiness, the happiness flowing out of them. Am I correct in that, sir?
Yes.
Could you, I know you're quite capable, articulate just paint a picture for us, the environment, the people, the release, how happy they are to be coming home to our country.
Well, it's sheer,
for the fact that we have so much to improve here.
It's sheer ecstasy. Cloud nine. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying, everybody different, all the work come back for independence. A lot of people don't understand. And not to put anybody on anything like that, but again, going back to that poem you read by Claude McKay, when you're away, them say absence make the heart grow fonder.
Yes.
When you're away and you have to deal with so much, and the eyes that you look upon your nation with, we're not just trying to cut down Jamaica. It's that we know what Jamaica can be. And we're frustrated with the fact that those who have taken on the leadership mantle have in so many ways missed the point. And I say that without apology because the evidence is staring us in the eye every day. Brother Dervan,
yes.
People, the reggae girls, they're saying this, they're saying that. And because we're from a culture pretty much where, we don't criticize change. We just go along with it. I might party, I might this, I might that. Wrong is wrong, right is right. And if the JFF had their affairs in order, this would not even be an issue. And time again, we've seen where they have, no pun intended, dropped the ball. And even listening today, when Dennis Strong, General Secretary for the JFF, was speaking, so when he came on, money was owed to some players. We can't run a system like that. Police are wait for them pay. Teacher, it's like more, it's our standard operating procedure. One of the downfalls of bureaucracies, their characteristics, they have these, it just becomes a standard over time, and that's how we do the thing around here. You get paid when you get paid, sitting on somebody's desk, and these people are paid handsomely.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just this culture, that is holding us back. And people, there's nothing wrong with criticizing it. Coming out, saying something. If more of us say something, see something, and say something, and stop just going along to get along,
Well, for those who dread criticism, there's a quotation I learned some time ago that says,
I love it. I haven't
fear.
heard you say it in a long time, but
Yes.
come again, I'm going to write it down this time.
Yes. It says, fear of criticism is the kiss of death in the courtship of achievement. Fear of criticism is the kiss of death in the courtship of achievement.
In other words, break it down for them, Brother Dervan. Tell them what you're saying. The people on the corner here on the radio, just peripherally right now. What are you saying? If you dare to lead, what happens, sir?
Well, essentially, there are those of us who don't take kindly to criticism for whatever reason. We said something, did something, yes, all kinds of people, and we take umbrage to it instead of getting to the substance of the expression. What is this person really saying to me? And can I, in receiving this information, this message, turn it into a catalyst for some kind of behavior change or otherwise? It as opposed to attack. People point out things to you and you come out attacking.
Brother Dervan,
yes.
Sometimes I have a problem with being delicate. You know what the problem is, sir? Because what you just uttered there, is too profound for a lot of people, They're not there cerebrally. They might have all kind of title and this and that and stuff and this and all doctor, some of them. But if you do not lend yourself to being most enlightened and just being a slave to your ego instead of virtue.
But you know what we always say on this program? Man's biggest problem is a 3-letter word, E-G-O, full stop.
You have to be an enlightened human being, like the book of Proverbs say, just get all your wisdom and your understanding and your knowledge. Open yourself to it. You have to be that person. You can't make your ego put you in a place where you can't rise above the fray, especially if you want to take on leadership.
Yeah, the task must be better, as opposed to trying to cover up or pretend or any other such acts. Yes.
In Jamaica, Paul and Trisha, you back off abroad. Everybody understand that. If you're gonna lead, this is a nation in need of leadership, guidance for the longest time. And we keep failing in that regard. And what do we get? People pushing themselves up who are just about themselves, their ministries, everything. It just comes down to, you are supposed to be above the fray. You can't just wheel on, bob and weave.
Yes.
You can't just be like you see a little child throwing a tantrum. You can't be like that. You're an older person, more educated person. You take out the child and say, hey, come here, man. Come here, girl. Relax.
Maybe
What's
need to get a read of Statecraft.
Yes, sir. Brother Dervan, argument done. Wordsmith, that's it. Statecraft. And people, those who would lead, meditate on that tonight. That is what you need to exercise to get us past the feelings and your Disney or your this or your that and stuff. And Brother Dervan, I'm going to conclude with this. This is the main reason I called. Well, I heard you speaking about your flight back, and I just wanted you to share that with people. We love the country, no matter what, and nobody can, because you live this life, we love Jamaica. Nobody can take that from us.
That's right.
You know, and we demonstrate our love in the real sense. I don't even have to go any further. We're not talking about it. We are about it, and that is the reason I come to this other thing, Brother Dervan. As a professional driver, and I'm not boasting, I've gone through a lot of driver training. Even before I got into commercial driving, I got my first driver's license in Okinawa when I was in the military. You know, and they have like a school. You have to go to a school for, I think it was like 2 months. Not every day, you know what I mean? But you go periodically. I did it on the weekends, and it's like a little compound, and they have you in there and you drive, and they show you all the different things. The biggest problem on our roads today, Brother Dervan, and I will tell you this, are those people who are selling the driver's license to these idiots. Yeah, I say idiots, because what if I don't get the license and come on, I drive, you can't drive. Like one of my trainers told me when I got into the trucking thing here, the day you stop learning, stop driving.
Well put.
And you have this all boom and boom and all the ego. We have it here also. But in Jamaica, as usual, we take it to another level. And that the death toll is so high. A lot of you who selling driver license, all that blood is on your shoulder. And if anybody wants to break down and clamp down on what's going on our roads, take out who are those examiners? Weed them out. They're doing our nation a big disservice. Weed them out, and people know them.
By all means, once we have the evidence, we have to act. We're going to have to leave it there, though, because we have... okay. All right. Hold the line. Sorry.
Put down that one. Those are the biggest contributors to the mayhem on the roadways.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you. Sir. Thank you. Take care.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs-controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 3:13.
We apologize for the absence of this week's edition of Your Legal Corner with U.S. immigration lawyer Delia Walker Huntington. All things being well, Delia Walker Huntington will be back on Your Legal Corner next Thursday. So apologies for the absence of this week's edition of Your Legal Corner with U.S. immigration attorney Delia Walker Huntington. Let's remind you that the program is Both Sides of the Story here on Power 106 FM. We're taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. You see we missed a call from a 514 number. Feel free to call us back, but the line was obviously engaged. And we see another call coming in while we get ready to take that call. Let's close out some of these messages. Cuban in Georgia says, welcome back, Sir Malcolm, from your beautiful trip to London. Thank you. I don't understand, Leslie. It It's your administration in office. Why aren't we seeing better value for money from the billions in overruns that his administration is undertaking at present? That's from Cuban in Georgia. This one says, good afternoon, Dervan. Renee, please to remember the template for the opening and closing of the... Okay, Renee. All right. I'll do my best to remember that. Let's save this message. So that's Renee. All right, Renee, we got the message and we are saving it. Thank you for the reminder. And Miss Evadne says, good afternoon. Well, before that, she had sent us happy emancipation. Greetings, thank you. She says, Mr. Malcolm, welcome home to you and the rest of the crew. I looked in on you on YouTube last week. Enough love to all in class. Jesse did a good job, says Miss Evadne. We're happy to hear that, Miss Evadne, but we're not surprised. This one from Barry saying, only sports Jamaica is great about. What about the wisdom flowing from Jamaica to the world? For the last 20 years or 22 years, facilitating everything new, including artificial intelligence. How I never hear any more mention about that. Follow YouTube, New World Order, Barry White, and Woo Facebook Universal Scientific Associates to learn more and subscribe, says Barry One Love. Thank you for your message, Barry. Rohan Johnson of Atlas Ocho Rios says, big up to the Reggae Girls for creating history against Brazil. Coming from Rohan Johnson, Atlas Ocho Rios, clocking in. Good to have you on board, Rohan Johnson. James in East London. We actually spoke while I was in London. And let's just say he had a lot to say. It was good catching up with you, James, in East London. Blessings to you too. Thank you very much for your messages. And this one says, oh, that's for Simon. So let's forward that. Let's forward these messages to the Power 106 WhatsApp. And we have done that. So let's move on. Let's see who else is messaging us. Miss June in Norway. Always good to hear from you, Miss June. She says, good evening. One of the times you are in England, hope you can visit the Jamaicans in Norway. It's a 2-hour flight, Gatwick or Heathrow. You will be welcome to Norway. Well, thank you so much for that grateful or gracious opportunity. Let's see. Maybe you'll help us to work on it, Miss June. Thank you very much. But yes, you can see once you're in the UK that you can pretty much touch everywhere else in Europe, in a manner of speaking. And let's see. Miss Dell says, good evening, Mr. Dervan. Welcome back. I heard one of the callers yesterday saying that Spanish Town is a cesspool. Mr. Dervan, that is not true. Rum Lane is nasty. That is behind Mother's Patty Place. But some cleaning up is going on. The drain in front of VM is deplorable. The next shower of rain, it may be a disaster in that area. The post office road, effort is being made to clean it up. Spanish Town is not a cesspool. It is much better than a few months ago. Much more needs to be done. Some of us too nasty. We throw garbage everywhere. As some clean up, some dirty up. Then we start quarrel how the place dirty. God bless you, Mr. Dervan. Thank you very much, Miss Dell. She says that man is saying people need leadership. When the politicians try to lead, we say they are dictators. What they want is for politicians to walk and give away money, says Miss Dell. Really, Miss Dell? Thank you for your message. And who is this now? You can continue receiving messages from WhatsApp or block this chat. I wonder what that is about. This one says, this is from Uriel, saying, good afternoon, Dervan. I'm asking all prayer warriors, Christians and non-Christians, and everybody else to pray for the fall of all corrupt governments and public officials whenever they raise their ugly heads. From Jax in Jacksonville. Jax in Jacksonville goes on to say, good afternoon, Dervan. I'm getting to understand that told to qualify to run for I'm sorry, I'll have to put this one on hold until or unless I see this in the news as far as mainstream news outlets are concerned. So Jax in Jacksonville, we're holding that one until we have further and better particulars. Thank you very much for your message. Nonetheless, thank you. And there are tons of other messages because of the holiday weekend. Joan in Bermuda shared something with us as well. And we won't be able to clear all of these at the rate at which we're going right now. Goodness. Let's go to the phone lines and see who is knocking. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Uh-oh, I'm hearing two voices. All right, hold on. So let's go to... Oh, the gentleman who has been holding for 7 minutes. Okay. All right, let's go to that caller. Hello, good afternoon. Mr. Coombs.
Oh, yes, thank you. All right, welcome back, right?
No, I think, hold on, I think we have a mix-up here. Because Mr. Coombs could never call us from a 718 number. The 718, the person who called us from the 718 number has been holding for 7 minutes and 36 seconds. That's the person?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I don't
Hold a moment. Hold a moment, sir. Oh, okay. Same 7 minutes by a few seconds more. So we'll go with Mr. Coombs then. Is that it? All right. Let's go to Mr. Coombs. Good afternoon, Mr. Coombs.
I hear a man talk about driver's license, someone about driver's license. I don't be ashamed because my son, me pay 500 and he assist him to get a license. Me have 2 road code book, me give him 1. And me have 1. And me give him exam in my own. And me leave me a truck. He never write for the reading, but when he come from mechanic, he can't put a big part of the truck that one side and pick up the piece. And he go in the room, and me tell the examiner, so what's that? You ask me a question, and when you spit it out, Mr. Malcolm, when you spit it out, the people, I mean, about 5 or 6 other people, copy license. The examiner say, come listen to the man. I have both said, in the date, 24 hours, April 2008. So no police can't let him over again. They pay 500 if he assists. That they don't turn him down. Right? So the people we know what about, you know. Right? The Mr. The man good for mechanic. He good and about me about an Indian. And when an Indian know what he know it. Alright. One man come by the field with a show, I give it dear. Every week, I would say every week, how much sugar factory Jamaica have. And find the Jamaica, the man say give me a number. Okay. So we get it for my wife and till today. About 200 how much sugar factory. No go so. I wet sugar, Mr. Malcolm. Wet sugar. You have 5 square cane. We have 5 square. The 2 will make a bomb welding together. And if you get 10 zinc pan, you get 5. We get 5. And out of me 5, we give the man 2. The man will boil and you give the man 2. So I say go. You have to carry water, you have to carry wood. You have to carry water for wash all the copper before for other sugar boil. So Mr. Malcolm, when I about me know it. The ABC man, me know it. So that is my time. When I call you about the license. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for the call. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Dervan, coming from 718.
Yes.
Right here in Brooklyn, New York. 718 was after 212. When I came here, it was 212 only. So 718, I think, was the second year code established in New York City, and it was for Brooklyn and Queens. I think it was after the outer boroughs. And then the other, and then 212 was just Milan only after it was established. Well, here, Mr. Cooley, I just have to just laugh, right? I know you want to say something, but you keep quiet, right? I tell you, Dervan, boy, I tell you. Highway driver buying a license is a wrong thing, but the bureaucracy in Jamaica, that's part of it too. But
no, I'm sorry. With all due respect to the tax administration, Jamaica, and the Island Traffic Authority, they have taken steps to secure the integrity of the attainment of driver's licenses, or as they say in the UK, driving licenses. So I don't think if it used to be, and perhaps it used to be, because I remember seeing touts at one or two of these. Our people, we always find a way to get a piece of the action, that kind of thing. So we have had those, but from all indications, they have been able to arrest whatever slide there was. That's my understanding.
And then my take on another part, I didn't call for this, but I think it's better if a person can read and write, read and write to obtain a driver's license. However, though, I think that as a country that we speak two languages, we speak our native tongue and we speak English. English is our official language. I think you can do video training and make sure they understand the rule of the road, understand the signage, to get just a basic license.
Yes, they have. That came into the discussion. That was included in the discussions as far as the Road Traffic Act is concerned. So they're not. If they didn't include it this time, it will be included. But I think it has been included. One moment, please.
For any project, ABC Electrical Sales has all your electrical supplies at the best prices. 8 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 7543714. The time by ABC Electrical Sales is
3:45.
Be brothers and sisters, independent. Draw your hands to hands, children started to dance.
So there's a story that we brought up from May 26, 2019. It was published by The Gleaner, and it says, "Green light for illiterate drivers. Jamaicans who are functionally illiterate could soon have a better chance of securing a driver's license, as the Island Traffic Authority, ITA, has been petitioned to modify the examination that is used to measure road safety knowledge."
Okay. That'd be a good thing. I think I heard Waterhouse, a caller from, Philly. He said in Philadelphia, I'm not sure New York has the same thing too. I'm not sure. But he said in Philadelphia, you give you a video or whatever to go home and watch and study the road sign or study the road sign. And when you come back, they give you a visual test to make sure you understand all the code of the road and the road signs. So I think something like that could do well in Jamaica too. Is just stop people from going around and paying people to drive, and then make sure that you understand the road code. One thing with what you're saying about the headlights, I totally agree. But Dervan, they need to keep up and paint those lines in the roads, especially on the highways. I was coming from Nigel one night, and I'm going to tell you this. I swear that I was going to run off the road. There's no lines in the road. I cannot see where the roads are at night if the lines are not painted.
Yes, it's something I've talked about before as well. We've talked about it before. That and I see it all the time. You're driving on a road and you wish there were markings on the road so that you don't feel as if you are improperly positioned on the network.
Right, especially on the highway, because on the highway people are moving. You're moving not just you're not speeding, but you're not moving at.
You're moving at a fair clip. Uh-huh.
Right. The next thing with that, also, people need to understand it, and it happened here in New York City too. I've seen it last night. I had to pull over and let the person pass me. At night, in the city, you do not need to have your eye beam behind somebody. I don't know if that's a rule in Jamaica. Is that a rule in Jamaica? Is that a law there? At night, when you're driving behind somebody, you do not have it. You should turn the eye beam off. Is that so in Jamaica, Dervan? You can correct me.
No, the general rule is at the site of oncoming traffic. Once there's some indication that there are vehicles coming in the opposite direction, you dim your lights. So you move from.
I know that one. I know that one. But what about if you're behind somebody, immediately behind somebody? You need to dim your light too, no?
I guess it would make sense because then you have your rear view mirror that is reflecting the light, which
right.
can.
And the person can't. They're blinding the person. They can't see what's going on behind them.
Yes,
so
it goes for. Yes, it goes for those as well.
Right. So, and these are things that know the road code and understand, because a lot of times people get their driver's license and they never read the book again. They never look at nothing again. They just get their driver's license if they buy it, and that's it. And enough to say on that one. I would just want to go to Neville there, what I was asking about people living in America, living in England. I was asking about England, but of course you travel here to the US all the time. And you know exactly, you're correct, they are bag of a lot of stuff. You have people here don't want to work hard. You have people, they come here young, they're born here. You have some of them born from both parents are Jamaican, and they decide that they don't want to take a trade up. They don't want to go further education. Some of them drop out of high school. I can't fathom that somebody would drop out of high school, especially in the United States of America, which part is free. You get free everything, free books, free everything, right? So you have a lot of those, and then you have people here who are not regular. They're not regularized. They can't get no assistant. They can't get no programs. They can't per se get a regular job where they have to get benefits and all that stuff. And those are the people that I really. My heart goes with them, and they get jobs they have to work very hard, low wage. I know people like that. They get the lowest pay work the hardest. Unfortunately, they're here because they, whatever reason. So yes, you're right. But by and large, Dervan, I can tell you this: people who are here are willing to work, willing to go to school, especially if you're coming here young. You can make greatness of yourself here. Okay, it's not easy. It's not something that you're gonna sit back and smoke your weed or drink your alcohol every day. Especially stay away from that hard, especially drugs, the hard drugs. Once you get yourself into those things, you're pretty much doomed. Okay, it's just like anywhere else. So yes, the people who migrate here, they are doing fantastic well most of the time. But sometimes we fall. Some of us fall in the cracks. Gambling, you talk about gambling. Gambling is one. I know relatives of mine who live at a racetrack. Literally go to the racetrack every day. Okay. Now there's no way you can succeed in life if you go to the racetrack every day. No way. Right around Dervan.
Yeah, but again, people make choices and they make it work for them. But
Well, how are you going to be successful if you go to restaurant every day? I mean, chances are you're going to be a derelict.
yeah, well,
Uh,
I'm sure they know this, but if people every now and then somebody wins some money, it does it does provide the kind of hope that they look to make it big or to achieve something in life. It's one of those
play
things.
Lotto.
Huh?
Play Lotto. Play Lotto. By the way, I'm going to play the Mega tomorrow. If I win Dervan, I know I do greatness with that money because it's 1 point something billion in there. But play Lotto, nothing against it. I play the Lotto sometimes, but you cannot live. You can't think that. In other words, you can't use it as a tool to get rich. Say, I want to get rich out of it. It doesn't work that way. Okay? The lottery is a game you're playing. If you win, you win. You can't dwell on it. There's some people every minute they can play the lotto. That's a recipe for disaster. Invest your money. Find a way to save and invest your money. Right? But the bottom line, though, what I'm trying to say here is this. People who live in America here, who migrate here, do very well if they put their mind to it and if they realize that there's nothing for free. I heard one of you callers talk about communism and socialism. Unfortunately, I think in Jamaica, the thing about governments, sometimes they let the people in Jamaica, and by the way, it's here too, don't get me wrong, not only in Jamaica. The Democrat, I'm a Democrat, by the way, so I'm not afraid to say it. But sometimes Democrats are guilty of that here. They make people think that they can get something for nothing. And that's a problem. In life, you cannot get something for nothing. Okay? There's always a cause behind it. There's always something, there's a catch to it. Right? So, I tell especially young kids, put away the phone. Actually, China is doing something now with young people have to limit themselves. I don't know if that is going to work or not. I'm not so much for institute these things, but you have to tell the young children, put away that phone, get out that TV. I heard Obama said his two daughters don't watch TV during the week. They don't go watch TV on the weekend. I don't hear people take it up, especially poor people. These are the things that we need to do to our kids, to our children, for them to prosper us. You have to shield them away as much as possible from these, what I call, very sexual, very violent, what's coming out of, whatever song is it or whatever it is, especially at a tender age. We have to shield them as much as possible. Not to say they're not going to be someone exposed to it, because that's how life is. But the more we can shield them away from this, so they have a chance to grow up, I think the better they will be. Okay. So that's my take on this whole thing about how people are doing here. It's not as easy. It's not like it's a bed of roses. The street doesn't pave with gold. You come here, people give you money. No. But if you come here, you want to, especially if you're young, you want to go to school, you can probably get into school for, basically you can go up to high school for free. You can get into a community college basically for free. You can move on to college, depends, and work your way up.
Thank you very much for your thoughts.
You're welcome, Dervan. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. I think we saw Richie Nebar a short while ago trying to get in. Feel free to call back Richie Nebar in Massachusetts. Leo Gilling has sent us a message here. And let's see. This one. All right, we saw this already. And Gary G. McCook, the International Foreign Song Competition. And this one, Tony Kelly in the UK. And there are other messages from yesterday, but they would take us quite a while to go through. We're sure that they were dealt with yesterday at some point or another. On the Power 106 text line, 876 279 8598. But we usually get tons of messages, and that situation hasn't changed. They're still flowing in. Taki Lemko says, good afternoon on the downside, Dervan, and all on board. Bless. I like the answer that Neville just explained with regard to what conspiracy theory is in terms of assigning critical analysis or thinking to the outcomes of what is affecting the world at large. And then Karen Rowe says, good afternoon, Sir Dervan and listeners. Good afternoon, Karen Rowe. Taki Lemko says, although I echoed the same sentiments elsewhere yesterday, I love to also congratulate both the Reggae and Sunshine Girls of Jamaica here as well. Happy Emancipendence, one and all. M. Jam says, conspiracy theory per Webster Dictionary, a theory that explains an event or set of circumstances as the result of a secret plot by usually powerful conspirators. Also, a theory asserting that a secret of great importance is being kept from the public. Thank you very much for your message. And there are lots of events happening as well. Richie Nibar, sorry we missed your call, but please feel free to call back. And some of the other messages, let's see. Joan in Bermuda says, welcome back on home soil, Sir D. It's cup match time in Bermuda, our annual 2-day holiday. Cricket, lovely cricket. Happy Independence Weekend, Jamaica, says Joan in Bermuda. Steve McDonald says, welcome back. Thank you very much, Steve. Dr. Sharon Wiles says, greetings to all listeners over the globe. Good to have you on board, Dr. Sharon Wiles. Dr. Dunn, is she still in Skokie, Illinois, perhaps? What is she saying? She says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. You are looking great. There is no place like home. Blessed. Thank you very much, Dr. Dunn. Somewhere in Skokie, Illinois. And we need to take a break. Joan Edgehill, good afternoon to you. One moment, please.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Rasti says, give thanks, brother. Indeed. Thank you very much for your message, Rasti, on Facebook Live. And you can keep those messages coming in. I think we have read most, if not all of them. Norman Hines in St. Thomas. Inez Iona Campbell says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and viewers. Welcome back home, Sir Dervan. Thank you, Inez Iona Campbell. And let's see who else is messaging us. 876-365-3346. Horace, otherwise known as Spider, says, Mr. Malcolm, welcome home. It's surprising to me that no one is talking about the breaking news. The U.S. government admits that UFO is real. They have a press conference about 6 days ago. They have 3 retired pilots under oath, and they admitted it that they are real. Surprising that no one is talking about it in Jamaica. This is all over the internet. This is, Mr. Malcolm, news like this would turn religion on its head, says Horace, otherwise known as Spider. Crocs in Black River says, I think it's time for the media and other interested parties to demand that the police give updates on the investigations into the $4 billion drug bust at the Boscobel Airport in Western St. Mary, and also into the massive SSL fraud. Is the force being too busy giving political cover so that they're unable to do honest police work. The people must pay attention, from Crocs in Black River. Then he goes on to say, greetings. If it's considered to be undesirable for a police corporal to have political connections, how much more dangerous would it be for a commissioner and a chief of staff to be political, where they can agree to the desires of a government to impose SOEs to abridge the rights of citizens, or where they have the operational power to determine which areas or gangs to target? Is Pandora's box being opened? From Crocs in Black River. Thank you very much for your message, Crocs in Black River. Driver in America, we didn't say it ended, but we have inside information with respect to certain steps that have been taken to minimize that kind of a breach. But you're dealing with people, so anything is possible. But we know what we know, and because we're into public speaking, we know that the first rule of public speaking is do not talk about what you don't know. So whatever we share and talk about, Driver in America, we know what we're saying. Thank you for the message. Where we didn't say it has ended totally, but some changes have taken place. Different people have been put in certain positions, etc. Hope you buy that, Driver in America. Thank you very much for your follow-up message. And let's see who else is messaging us. Keep those messages coming in as we continue. Once again, we apologize for the absence of this week's edition of Your Legal Corner with Attorney at Law Dahlia Walker Huntington. All things being well, we trust we will have Your Legal Corner on U.S. immigration matters next week, Thursday. In the meantime, we continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. To the phone lines, hello, good afternoon, thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good afternoon, Richie. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Well, here's your connection. You're using Wi-Fi on your...
I'm using right? What?
Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi. It's not Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi.
Okay. Whatever. That's what you're using. You're not using data, right?
I'm using Wi-Fi, yes.
Okay. It seems like the strength is very weak. I've messaged you and called you so many times. I missed the call.
Yeah, a member of the technical team made an adjustment while we were in the UK, based on what they picked up in the system. So it should be a little bit better, maybe not supremely so, but it should be better because some adjustments were made.
Is it the device you're using a little out of the update on the software? Because that can affect it too.
It sounds like you will gladly replace the one that we're using.
Well, no problem.
No. I'm just kidding. No,
it won't be a problem. Just tell me what device you want, and
yes,
it would be there. So. Because I know it's a good connection, keeping the world, keeping a great man like you in contact with the world. You're a blessing. You're a blessing to the world. I call upon the continuous blessing on you, on your soul, and your work there, and your family, because you are amazing. You're in a class, a category by yourself.
You're very kind, Richie Nibar. Thank you for your kind comments.
You're welcome. So this extraterrestrial alien thing, it's not yesterday. It's been around. The U.S. was just denying it. Maybe they weren't really ready to expose it to the world because of fear. I came in contact with it. I remember one summer I was coming back from Quebec. I drove down from Canada And just after I came across the border into the United States, I saw that spaceship here in front of me. I thought it was my last minute. And I ended up closing my eyes, and then after I didn't even see where it disappeared to. It was a very close impact for me. It was really something that I have never come across, the design of the spaceship, how fast it was moving. And so it's nothing new. It really is nothing new. It's been around. I think the U.S. was just denying. I think they did not want the people to be able to be dealing with it because they might have thought that the people could not handle it, handle the situation and know what's going on,
Yeah.
So, well, Mr. Malcolm, I would like you. I'm going to send you a message, and I would like to know if you could respond to it. I will send it to you on WhatsApp.
All right, I'll look out for it.
Messages and and see if you would be available, and so I'll send you the message, and you can let me know.
Sure, no problem.
All right, you take care, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
You too. Thanks for the call.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Take care now. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And the text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And there's a message from Dr. Dunn, who confirms that she is back in Skokie, Illinois, after a fabulous 6 weeks in paradisiacal Jamaica. Gratitude, she says. Dr. Dunn, happy to know you spent 6 weeks in Jamaica, and I trust that you enjoyed every minute of it. Well done. Thank you very much for your message. And let's see. Remember the text line, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And we're seeing a couple of messages. Ambassador Curtis Ward with his blog, Teach Us True Respect for All. PJ Patterson, the Ward Post. And let's see. There are other messages as well, which we have to go through. Let's see. We'll have to go through those in a little while, but let's keep the show going. It's a lot of messages. Lots of messages. Who is this now? Looks like a message. We'll have to find out from him. Looks as if he has been recognized by the UK government. Is it Rudy? Rudy Page? We'll follow up on that. But thanks for sharing, Rudy Page. Congratulations. And all the very best. Continuing with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Driver in America says, good one, Brother Dervan, but my skepticism is telling me to do a little more window shopping while listening out for all who are buying licenses before buying the fact that the practice is being prosecuted. Yeah, well, thank you very much for your message, driver in America. And those who have information, please come forward. for those who have information, come forward and help to provide the evidence so that we have less such incidences. Who is this now? Some more. Some of the messages coming through. Hello to Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne. There's a presentation. When is this for? Tomorrow. The Southern Regional Health Authority hosting a ceremony for the adoption of the Hals Hall Health Center. That's in Clarendon, Halse, not Halls Hall, but Hals Hall, Hals Hall in Clarendon. So Southern Regional Health Authority ceremony for the adoption of the Hals Hall Health Center by the Atlanta Jamaican Association Incorporated, and that's scheduled for tomorrow, Friday, the 4th of August at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Hals Hall Health Center. And we're seeing a bit of the program already. Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Joseph Grant, Parish Manager, Clarendon Health Services, and so on and so forth. And so those in the area can make arrangements to attend. The keynote address will be delivered by the Health Minister. And right. The AJA wanted to know if I could make it for that. Well, if you put it that close to 2 o'clock, then it means I won't be able to, because I still have to work. But thanks anyway. Thank you very much for the invitation. And all right, let's continue. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. We'll listen to Richard Nebar's message off air, his voice note, and get back to him. But for right now, let's continue taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5.
You're listening to Poro 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
Education plays a critical role in the lives of our young people. At the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies, we ensure financially challenged students across the Caribbean are given increased access to higher education so they can continue to transform their lives and the lives of others. Support our mission in shaping the lives of our future leaders. Donate to educate. Contact our office at 212-759-9345 for more details.
With over 40 years of record service, Lock Safe and Vault Limited is your trusted security provider. Get affordable prices on a wide variety of seals, garage doors, access control supplies, magnetic lock, fingerprint, weatherproof keypads, card access system, time attendance, power supplies, and exit buttons. Professional services provided. Visit 40 Shortwood Road, Kingston 8. Problem solved with Lock Safe and Vault.
We're independent, brothers and sisters, give joy and faith to Alexander. Brothers and sisters, give joy and faith to Emmanuel. Don't be silent. The Lord is still with you.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we're still taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5, 876-922-4112 to 5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And who's this now? All right, well, we're still checking on that bit of information that came through from Jacksonville, and we don't propose to say anything about that until or unless we get better particulars. In the meantime, let's keep it going. 876-922-4112 to 5, 876-922-4112 to 5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can send us not just your WhatsApp messages, but also your text messages, your voice notes, and you can call us on WhatsApp as well. 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And a couple of conversations with respect to conspiracy theories popped up on the YouTube channel. And let's see who else is in on it. Taki Lemko says, at MJAM, that's exactly what Neville is implying by his reference to critical analysis of a few like governmental roles and others affecting economies that will affect future outcomes, negative and positive. Thank you very much, Taki Lemko, for keeping the discussion going. Let's see who else is on the line. 876-922-4112 to 5. 876-922-4112 to 5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number. 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And I think we have pretty much covered all the other messages. This one is really long, and it's actually addressed to Simon, so we have forwarded that one to the Power 106 WhatsApp number, and we trust that Simon gets it and responds accordingly. We also want to, as usual, give you an update on some of the trending stories as published by the Gleaner as well. Trump pleads not guilty to federal charges that he tried to overturn the 2020 election. JCDC issues no-fly zone advisory for National Stadium during Grand Gala. Recreational drone operators are being advised, let's get this clear, recreational drone operators are being advised not to fly their devices in the vicinity of the National Stadium in Kingston during Sunday's Independence Day Grand Gala at the venue. Executive Director for the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC, Lenford Salmon, made the appeal while speaking during a recent Jamaica Information Service JIS think tank at the agency's head office in Kingston. The Grand Gala, which is scheduled to begin at 6 in the evening, will feature hundreds of drones forming images above the stadium. Salmon said the flying of drones near the venue, other than those designated for the event, can potentially impede the display, adding that it poses a danger for everyone, including recreational device operators. He also appealed to private drone operators who will be attending the gala to refrain from sending up their devices to avoid any potential mishap. Salmon said some 300 drones designated for the aerial display. Any other device sent up can cause a major accident. Additionally, the executive director said it's illegal to send up a drone without approval of the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, JCAA. Does that mean I can't send up my drone? I actually have a drone, and send you in the early stages. I would send it up and take pictures, aerial photos, etc. And I didn't seek approval, so maybe I did something wrong then. It's not one of the necessarily one of the high-tech drones, but a drone nonetheless, and it worked very well. So I'll check with the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority if that is meant for amateurs like me as far as operating a drone is concerned. He advised that if individuals send up their drones, they can be forced down, but they don't want it to get to that stage. So they're really appealing to private drone operators, particularly in the stadium, to comply. Salmon encouraged drone operators to contact the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority to obtain the requisite permits and assistance in ensuring they are not flying into restricted airspace, which could result in accidents and injuries. So drone operators, pay attention, please. We all need to pay attention, but I haven't sent up my drone in a little while. I hope it is still functional. Let's see. Another of the stories that is trending right now. Wholeness says Jamaica still committed to sending troops to Haiti. Ex-policeman fined $250,000 for assault. Police checking cemeteries after discovery of 8 skulls. And Wholeness aiming to hold local elections by February. We'll see what happens. So those are just a couple of the stories trending, courtesy of the Gleaner's website, jamaica-gleaner.com. And we're happy to share the information. In the meantime, let's continue with more. This one from Arlene Clark saying, yes, Dervan. Where did it go? It says, she says, yes, Dervan, you have to get permission to fly drones from the JCAA. Right, well, now I know, and I will make sure I get approval the next time I feel like flying my drone or sending up my drone, as the expression goes. Good afternoon, Arlene Clark. Thank you very much for sharing that bit of information with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com. And Taki Lemko says, clarifying that / indicates or as in the above, negative or positive. Thank you very much, Taki Lemko, for the clarification. And keep those messages coming. We're also we're loving the trend these days in Jamaica to create more murals. MURALS. More murals are being created across the country. I saw one this afternoon and it was quite special. We need to encourage more of that. Wherever there is wall space, that we get approval for to do the street art as it is referred to in some quarters. Let us roll out the street art. It does make a difference. It lifts the community. It has that power to lift the community. It gives the community a fresh look, and we need to encourage more of that. So over to the decision makers with respect to these murals and the street art across the corporate area in particular. Haven't seen much of it elsewhere, but definitely in the corporate area. So let's do more of that and get our young people, more of our young people involved. Less idle hands. That's the idea. Continuing with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, and taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. Let's go to the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now. You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
We're independent, brothers and sisters, give joy and faith to Alexander. Brothers and sisters, give joy and faith to my name. Don't be silent. The Lord is still with you. The time has come when you can have your fun, so make a life. The time has come when you can have your fun.
That looks like some. Is that football? Is that women's football live, or is it a recording? Okay.
Gather together, be brothers and sisters, we're independent. Join hands to hands, children started to dance, we're independent. Don't be silent, Lord. The Lord is still with you. Because the time has come when you can have your fun, so make a life.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We're still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can also call us via WhatsApp. That number is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Here's a call coming through on WhatsApp for Sean. From Sean. Good afternoon, Sean. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Uncle Dervan Malcolm. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm great so far. I enjoyed my 21st birthday on Tuesday. It was great.
Happy for you.
Yes. I have a subject to talk about quickly. The Disabilities Act. Let's ask you a question. Why does some high schools don't want to access persons with disabilities? Why?
To access or accept? To access or accept? You just said access.
Accept. Why some high schools don't want to accept persons with disabilities? Why?
Maybe because the budget that currently holds doesn't have what it takes to be able to expand it. But it should never be, because we are supposed to be an inclusive society, and not one of our citizens should ever be left behind. We have an obligation to ensure that that is the case. So it should never be considered a problem, but rather an opportunity to reach our people where they are. And if there are Jamaicans who are desirous of attending or educational institutions, that opportunity be made available, and whatever it takes in terms of retrofitting sections of the institution. In fact, it should be a call to order, because it's about time that we get with it, as far as making our buildings and infrastructure in general more amenable to persons with disabilities. It's about time that we, in other words, I know we have been doing some things for some time now, but in this day and age, that should be now an ongoing project of retrofitting our institutions and infrastructure where there is an adequate representation of special needs people.
That is true. So discrimination against persons with disabilities still happened in this country, or that is discrimination?
Well, if there are those who openly take positions and do things to undermine the progress of persons with disabilities, then we need to call them out. And if they need to be penalized, let's penalize them too.
Yes, I feel sorry for those disabled persons who they don't want to accept in school. I feel sorry for some of them.
Well, with all due respect, they don't necessarily, persons with disabilities or special needs don't necessarily expect you to be overly sympathetic or empathetic, but to just play your part or play our part in ensuring that they too are able to enjoy the various the various offerings of any society.
Yeah, that is true. You know what I dislike about people when they call disabled people such names? I dislike when they call disabled people handicapped. They must stop it.
With due regard, though, if perhaps we used to be at that point, I don't think. I know we have a thing in Jamaica where if somebody stutters, you call the person stammer. If other nuances, and in Jamaica we ramp rough where that is concerned, and not everybody. It doesn't go well. It doesn't necessarily go down well with everybody. there are those who would like to see a different approach to special needs Jamaicans.
Yeah, that is true. People must be careful of how they treat disabled people because they are human beings, because they must be kind to them and respectful to them.
Yes.
And one more thing I want to say to you before I go. Disabled people must not also get eaten. They are not a eaten pig. Neither persons with autism. That is, if a person beats a disabled person, they will get in trouble with the law for that, or it's illegal.
Not just a disabled person. We have to be careful how we correct the behavior of our children and the methods that we employ, because if they're not careful, they will be carted off to jail if they go too far.
That is true. And but the Abilities Foundation, the school that you did tell me about the last time, they are going to accept me in September, and I feel very happy about it. But some more things that I don't want to talk about on here that can't tell you right.
All right, no problem. Thanks for the call.
Hold on, please. Still there?
Yes.
Don't feel away when I say this to you. You know that when I listen to you, sometimes I describe you as a boring person. Don't feel away when I say that.
Not at all. You're free to express yourself.
Yeah, okay. I'm not a boring person. I'm a fun person. Fun to be around. Take care. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Let's see. This one says, "Hi, Dervan. Can you help me ask the Ministry of Education why the presiding officers and invigilators have not gotten paid from February for the PEP grades 4 and 5 performance tasks? I have called the accounts department at Ministry of Education. They told me I should call Micro Foundation, and when I did, they could not provide me with any information. This is unacceptable, as all 3 exams are out and not a word from them about our pay." Well, we're sorry to hear. It should never be the case in this country that we work and don't get paid. It shouldn't be, because it's a part of the experience. It's a part of the professional ethos that if you work, you must get paid. We're sorry to hear of your plight, and let's see if we can identify someone to speak to this particular matter. Thank you for the message anyway, the circumstances notwithstanding. Thank you. Continuing with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, and taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can also call us on WhatsApp, 876-365-3346, 365 3346. Thank you very much. See some other messages popping up. And we see, looks like Ambassador Curtis Ward is branching out or doing a bit of marketing here on WhatsApp. In the future, if you wish to receive the Ward post, please suit the website. Please, something is missing here, Ambassador. Please, something another, the website, and sign up for a free subscription for WhatsApp circulation is being discontinued with immediate effect. Thank you. That's Ambassador Curtis Ward, who has become quite a blogger and sharing his thoughts with Jamaicans and non-Jamaicans alike at home and abroad. Thank you very much. Keep the messages coming in. 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number. 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. There are a couple of events. I don't know, where is it now? There's over the next couple of days, I think Mellow Go Round, is it this evening or tomorrow evening? It's one of those favorites for the, usually around this time, the Emancipendence period. Let's see. Just going through a couple of other messages. The schedule should be available. Let's see if it's on the Reggae Jamaica app. Barbara is calling us. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Can I speak to Mr. Malcolm?
Speaking. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon.
Miss Barbara here. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Wonderful. It's good to hear your voice.
Likewise.
Good to welcome you back home. And did you have a wonderful time?
Indeed, I did. Thank you very much.
Good, good. It's nothing bad listening to somebody else, but you know, you're the original.
You're very kind. Hold a moment. I believe we have a commercial break.
We can listen to you from afar.
One moment, Miss Barbara. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:46 on Power 106.
Choose Smart Stop Auto Supplies for service and front-end parts for Toyota, Nissan, Honda, and Suzuki-made cars. We also sell batteries and tints and specialize in radiator and radiator parts. We source hard-to-get parts by special order. Smart Stop Auto Supplies, Shop 4, Dr. Rock Plaza, Santa Cruz, at 876-966-2869. Make the Smart Stop.
The Lord is still with you. For the time has come when you can have your fun, so make your life. For the time has come when you can have your fun.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Over to you once again, Miss Babs.
Yes, yeah, man. I listened to you, but I haven't spoken to you for a little while. So I just giving you a quick call to know that I'm still listening, still in class, although you're not hearing from me.
Well, we're
I
happy
want to ask you something.
Yes.
I agree with what Sean said a while ago. You know, we come so far now. You know, we have to treat everybody as human, no matter what situation they are in. You know, and show them love.
Yes.
But I don't know if you heard about the 2 accidents lately with the cow on the road. I was just wondering, is there any penalty for me who have a cow or an animal that not under control, that it could cause accident and cause death?
Yes, the owner should have to take some responsibility.
Is it in law, Mr. Malcolm?
I believe so. I think it's an outdated law, though, in terms of the fines. That much I remember. I don't know the extent to which it has been amended or otherwise adjusted. But it's really tragic. I saw that the policeman who collided.
Go ahead, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes, a motorcycle policeman who collided.
And there's another one. It's 2 of them happened. There's a 22-year-old young man that lost his life.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I missed that one.
So after the policeman, there's another one that happened with another cow.
Oh, no.
I don't even know if it's the same cow.
Oh, no.
Yes, I think it's 3 of them were in the car.
Is the cow still alive?
Yes, that's what the news said. And the young man, one of them died out of the car, and he was 22-year-old.
Oh, dear.
You can look back, man. You'll see it there.
Yes, I know. It popped up. It popped up while I was away. Okay. I did see it.
It just dawned on me that it is so sad.
It is.
Mr. Malcolm, when you're not well, you're trying to hold on in life. And to see, people not sick and just go like that, it is really, really sad.
It is. It is.
Yes, it's my sympathy to the family because, Mr. Malcolm, even when you have a loved one sick, you're hoping for them to get better. And, your loved one leave the home and don't come back and they weren't sick,
Yes.
3 months ago, in the end of August, I had a heart attack. I had to drive myself to KPH, not even knowing that I was having a heart attack.
Oh, no.
And yes, I'm a lover of life, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes.
I don't like death.
Mm-hmm. I
love life. And, to see that I get a second chance, I am so, so grateful. I feel extremely blessed. Yeah, man, I was admitted. One day I went to church and I came home. And we worship all day because I'm Adventist. So most time we are at church till late. And I was cutting something, because I do sheets and all of that.
Yes.
And I felt my chest start getting tight and I can hardly breathe. Mm-hmm. I was there, feel that it will soon go away. I started, time come for me to go to my bed now. And I said, okay, I'm going to my bed. When I lay down, it's worse. So I got up and started to watch something on my phone. About an hour from there, I went back now using 2 pillars this time. And it was even worse, getting worse. So about 3 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning, I drove myself to KPH. And I was admitted. The blood was clogged up. They couldn't even get the blood. So they had to admit me to give my blood thinner. They said the injection worked faster than the tablets. So, when I heard death like those, the person got sick, it's really, not now, from always, it really touched me.
Yes.
As I said, even the person sick, you hope and pray that they'll get better. So, life is just so thin, Mr. Malcolm. It's so fragile, if that's the right word.
Yes.
You don't know what you're going to be or where you're going to be. What you're going to do or where you're going to be the next minute. I wouldn't even say tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Because when I was admitted and my church family realized that I was in the hospital, they couldn't believe it. Mr. Malcolm, I get calls until because I was at church. And the next thing they heard that I was admitted in KPH. I wasn't sick there. Mm-hmm. So you don't know when sickness coming on you. That's why people must live in love.
Yes.
Live and love, Mr. Malcolm. It's so easy to love people. Yes, some of them not so nice to you, and it's not so easy to love them. But when you're a person that loves people, it's easier to love them.
Mm-hmm.
So sad. And at one time while I was in the hospital, I haven't seen my son for 4 years, and I was wondering, am I going to see him? Because he's in China teaching, and because of the COVID, he didn't come home. But you know what made me happy, Mr. Malcolm? He was here for the summer. And, we spent some quality time together, him and his wife. And am so happy that he was here, and I'm so happy that I can be here talking to you now,
Yes.
But my heart really go out to family that have those, as I said, I don't like death, but those death, you leave your home, your loved one expecting you to come back, and you're meeting those, people that must tie up them cow man, must get some plaster or whatever and put them in. You can't make a cow take a human life. It's not that you make it, but if you have them under control, then they wouldn't be in the road to meet in an accident with a vehicle.
True.
It is really, really sad. And we have to do something about it. That don't need no government.
Yes.
We as an individual that have the cow, we need to do something so that it don't cost no more life, take no more life on the road.
Agreed. You're right.
Enough for me. Yeah.
You're right.
Yes. So, as usual, when I'm okay, I am here listening to you. I couldn't hear you when I was in the hospital, but I can go back. That's the beauty about it. I know how to do it now. I can go back and listen to any program that I miss.
Wonderful.
And I give God thanks for those doctors and nurses at the KPH. I got, what do you call it now? What's the word, Mr. Malcolm? I got such wonderful treatment.
World-class treatment?
Yes, top class, I tell you. And then the hospital is refurnished. The bathroom was good. Even the doctor in the night when I went and I was saying to her, Doc, I've never been admitted. Only the time I had my 2 children. As an elderly, she just sat there, humble herself and just let me make up my mind, because she said, I cannot send you home. I said, but the car is outside. She said, no, the car is all right. The car is all right. Just ask somebody to come for it tomorrow. And she was so patient with me, Mr. Malcolm, because I wanted to come home back. And then she could give me the treatment to take home. And she said, oh, no, you have to get the treatment on the ward. And it was really, really good, because every time you hear about KPH this and KPH that, you don't want to be there, But after that, you can always go, but I've never been admitted.
Yes.
It was really, really good. Top notch. Sorry I didn't take that doctor name. I didn't take her name. Not feeling so well. You're not even thinking of doing that at the time. But my hat's on up to KPH staff. I don't know if everybody's like that, but I met some very good one. And even my young miss from church, I didn't even know she was a nurse. She was on the ward that I was on. It was really, a good experience when it come on to the treatment I got. But am I saying this? We have to just enjoy life to the fullness and love Mr. Malcolm.
That's right.
Because if we do love, we wouldn't have half the crime, half the problem what we have in this country and over the world too. Because not only Jamaica have it, It don't take $1 to love somebody. God bless you, and I'll continue listening.
Bless you too. Thanks for listening.
Happy that you're back home.
Thank you. All the best.
Man. You take care now.
You too.
Love you and love your program.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Take care.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye. Continuing with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Cleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. Hello to Maureen Grant Gauntlet. Thank you very much for your message. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for tuning in. Good to have you on board. And this one now says, shouldn't it, this is from Taki Lemkwa again on YouTube now, shouldn't it also be a part of the social education program in schools from early to address the issues of treating with respect those with disabilities as well as the homelessness among us? Yeah, well, generally speaking, yes. We're expected to show a level of respect and regard for our fellow citizens. That's what's expected of us as citizens in this country of ours, Jamaica, land we love. God, we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Thursday, the 3rd of August, 2023. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.